Hey guys, Denobi 2 here with Benjamin. On this episode of the show, we're going to talk about the new pre-order Drax. Well, they're making Drax?
Pay up, sucker. Thank you.
Alright, so it's been a huge buzz all over the internet. They finally came out with
a huge buzz.
a huge buzz. I mean, can you call this a holy grail?
This is really something. I mean, I know that you've said it numerous times that this figure wasn't going to be out.
I said probably. I said probably, and for you guys out
put
there,
it on a segment?
I put out a segment about 8 months ago, which is right here, and I said probably these are figures that are probably not going to be made. All right.
Yeah. I think the Ripley was in there too.
The
Drax,
Ripley, the Drax.
Just throw it out there so everybody knows.
But here's the thing. Like I said, it's going on almost 2 years. The pre-order just finally was announced, and we're not even going to get the figure until Christmas of this year anyway.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm really excited about it. I mean, I have all the figures: Star-Lord, Rocket, Groot, Gamora. I just got Gamora. So I am looking forward to completing the set.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I get it that the fanboys are ecstatic that they want to finally complete this set. I will say for shame on Hot Toys for the poor, timely announcement of Drax in the middle of the Batman versus Superman, the Civil War.
Oh yeah. Well, I think what it is that the issue with Drax was I don't think that Hot Toys was really sure that they were going to release it. Really, the Gamora kind of sat around for a while. It was kind of stagnant. It didn't go on waitlist until like a month ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. So now it finally sold out. So now they're looking at now we can put Drax out. I'm happy because I've been looking and staring at my figures, waiting for a set, and now I can finally have the whole team as one.
And just for the record, we are speculating on what could have happened with Drax because I know there are YouTubers out there who have speculated about Drax because, as far as I know, and nobody works for Hot Toys. I don't know of any YouTuber that works for Hot Toys.
Well, supposedly there's somebody who works for Hot Toys, but
supposedly
he really doesn't work for Hot Toys.
Exactly. Well, we're not going to mention any names. There is speculation. In the same way that they speculated that the figure was going to be made, we are, everybody in the community has their own idea. Oh, it was the actor. It was this. It was the sculpt. It was fake.
Yeah. It was like Vince McMahon had the licensing to his image. And then there was a whole situation where the Disney didn't want to give up the licensing for it. Something, I don't know.
It was all rumors. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all these rumors and we're just going to brush it away. What we want to talk about is the announcement of Drax. And do we really care about the figure? I mean, do you care about the figure?
Yes, I do. I'm ecstatic about it. I'm very excited to have the figure. I am not happy about certain things about the Drax figure. He does look a little bit lean in the arm area. He does look kind of lean in the chest area. I was talking to my buddy, and he kind of said, maybe it's a recycled body. That might have been an issue also, because I remember before they were talking about, it was going to be a full, non-recycled body, all original parts, but it just kind of feels like he's just a little small.
The actual figure itself is shrouded in so much controversy because it's been changed so many times, and I have the proof. When the prototype was shown in San Diego Comic-Con of 2014, you are looking at a completely radical different figure from 2014 than what is being shown on Sideshow's pre-order page. Now, why should we be concerned about this, Benjamin? Because
you don't know. It's inconsistent. You don't know what kind of product you're going to get at the end of the day. I don't know what it's going to look like. I mean, it looks like he has raised, and you brought this up, and I kind of agree with you. It kind of looks like the tattoos aren't raised. So we're not 100. There's one where it's close up and it looks like it's raised, and then there's far away it looks like it's just paint. Like it's just a peel on type tattoo. So I don't really know. What we're going to be getting. It's inconsistent, and on top of it, there was a lot of people who were barking about the color of Drax.
Looks like it has changed in the 3 times it's been shown.
I think it looks good though.
Well, it looks great. It looks great, but it begs to differ. Do we need to go back to the film and cross-reference a figure? Like,
if you go back to the film, you're going to look at the body. You're going to see how the arms are a little thin. You're going to see how overall, the figure, he looks like Drax, but he doesn't look meaty like Batista does. I mean, he's on steroids and stuff, so he's like super huge. And then when you see the figure, he kind of looks like he's only took like half of his steroid program, not the full steroid program. So I kind of feel like, it's one of those things where until you get the figure, the finished product in front of you, who knows?
The timing, it's just
I'm not worried about the timing, honest with you.
Why shouldn't you be worried about
the timing? It comes out in December. That really means in Hot Toys, that actually means that it's going to come out next year. If they say December, that means like it's February or March of next year.
Well, it says fall, but you're right. It could be next year. But my point is that most of us are still working on our payment plans with the DeLorean, with the Hulkbuster. We have these phenomenal, great Civil War figures that have just been announced. We got Batman v Superman coming out in a few weeks. The excitement, exactly.
The excitement. I mean, I'm I'm ready to explode. I can't wait.
Is that our minds are focused on Batman v Superman. We're focused on Civil War, and then this figure, Drax just shows up out of nowhere, and we're supposed to care about it and love it. I get it that if you started the collection, it's bad timing.
I think for me, it's like you said. I mean, it's in fall. It's in December. I think that the other figures are slated to be out beforehand. A couple months beforehand.
Majority of them are gonna hit around the same time. That's the
if
problem.
It's around the same time, you're gonna have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
I know for me, I'm not gonna go ahead and get it for $220. I'd rather get it on the secondary market, get it at a deal, because you're going to find a deal on Drax. It's not like
you think so?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't
think it's not selling out?
Okay.
And they're going to be like people on eBay or on the boards, in the forums or something. They're like, I got Drax, $200. I got Drax, $190, something like that. I'll get a deal.
Which figure sold out of the set really fast? It was
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord sold out.
Star-Lord, the exclusive sold out like real quick. Then Star-Lord himself sold out real quick. And then it was the Rocket and Groot 2-pack.
Yeah.
And, from there it was just, the Gamora.
And the 2-pack sold out quick only because of the extra face that was included with...
But yeah, you're right. It did come with a special expression face. I think it was the angry face. So yeah, but let's talk about something though. Let's talk about Drax itself. What are you getting bang for the buck?
Okay.
This is the bang for the buck moment.
For $220.
$220, you're not getting anything. The usual, typical, the normal routine that you're
wait
getting
a minute.
from
You're
Hot
getting
Toys.
an extra set of pants now, aren't you?
I like the pants actually,
Okay.
but the problem is that that's at the end of the movie when they put on their special outfits, and Gamora doesn't have it. Neither does Rocket. Neither does Star-Lord. So you're kind of stuck. You can put them in the special pants, but it's not going to match anybody because nobody else has the special outfit.
I see. I didn't even.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you get a rocket launcher. You get the big gigantic rocket launcher that he shoots Ronan with.
Okay.
And you get his 2 daggers, the classic signature Drax, and the pants, and that's it for $220. So that's kind of what Hot Toys has been consistent with. Higher prices and less bang for your buck. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of used to that.
Yeah.
I still laugh about it because, coming from the old school, when you had older figures, you get a lot more stuff, and now it's kind of like, here's like 3 things, pay up, sucker. So, but we have to talk about it, and that's one of the things. You're not really getting a whole lot for your money. So
what do you think is going on? I mean, it's one of those things that we saw this recently too with the endoskeleton, the surprised announcement. It makes you wonder what's going on.
I know what's going on. There's an influx of new collectors, and so with new collectors, they're just going in and buying. And what happens is now that Hot Toys is mainstream. You see it on Yahoo. You see it on the
Tonight Show.
Tonight Show.
You've seen
and like they had Han Solo. They had Harrison Ford rip it apart. This is what happened to me on the set.
Yeah.
I think you have a lot more mainstream new collectors, and they're just going out and buying.
Yep.
So when you have an influx of people just buying everything up, and so they're just going to say, hey, look, we don't have to go ahead and give you a lot. We can just go ahead and charge you more money because we have more people who want it, and we can give you less. And that's what they're doing. That's the way I feel. Because if it was all the old school collectors, the prices would be lower. and you would be getting a lot more stuff, because we would be like, you know what, I've already got this, or I've got something like this, I don't need it. You know, if you're not going to give me a bunch of stuff for my money, I'm not buying it.
So it's our fault. It is the collector's fault because
it's always our fault.
It's always our fault because we're the ones who set the prices for these figures.
Yeah,
because we go out and we buy them.
And then you have like certain things, kind of like there's certain collectors who are like, it has to be, you know, like movie accurate, movie perfect, and forget.
Real quick point, going back to the Drax, I did notice that there was a little bit of an online survey with the Drax figure, and it was split. The community is actually about 50-50 split.
I'm excited. I really am. I mean, I can't wait. If you have any of the Guardians of the Galaxy figures, you're gonna want Drax.
Yeah.
Obviously, even though, you know, he's not super duper on steroids, he's still a good representation of Drax. You know, and I think that it's a no-brainer for me. And I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I went with my wife. I watched it probably like 8-9 times. So.
And I guess it's good for you as a collector because you were confident enough to stick with the line this far, because I do know a few people who actually abandoned the actual set because of no Drax. It's kind of like the Avengers, you know. I'm not going to collect the Hot Toys Avengers set if Hawkeye is not, you know, announced as a pre-order, or Black Widow. So I do know that a lot of collectors have this regret, you know.
Yeah, they dumped them.
They actually dumped it, and you know, I don't blame them because
I do blame them,
because, well,
you should have stayed. You should have stayed if you love Guardians.
Going on 2 years.
2 years. I waited. I've been waiting.
Years?
I've been waiting.
Yeah.
No, I don't blame you guys. Seriously, honestly, just stay out of the comment section with that.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't blame you guys.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I really do understand. I mean, when you have to wait for 2 years to get the last figure in the set, that's kind of ridiculous. But then again, we waited like for the RoboCop for like what, 3 years? 4 years.
The RoboCop was
like
quite a bit when they first announced that they were.
The Tron Life Cycle, I waited 3 years for it. So
yeah,
you know, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. You know, are you extremely excited for Drax? Are you going to say, you know what, I don't have the time and the money for Drax? Leave your comments below. We greatly appreciate it. Like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Denobi2 here. We got Benjamin.
Finger to the throat means death.
Thanks for watching.